Kristoff's memories.
Yes.
And Kristoff was married. You have memories of that, yes?
Yes.
Aha! So you must know what I'm talking about.
Must I?
Come on. Kristoff must have buttered the southern pony in his day.
I do not believe Kristoff has ever seen a southern pony, let alone buttered it. What does that even mean?
Nothing. It means nothing.
I see that your feline companion remains with you.
He seems happy enough.
Isn't that right, Sir Pounce-a-Lot?
To enslave another creature does not seem just.
He's not a slave. He's a friend. And he's also a cat.
A cat that lacks freedom.
Oh, just ignore him, Sir Pounce-a-Lot. They don't have pets in the Fade, apparently.
I understand that you struggle against your oppression, mage.
I avoid my oppression. That's not quite the same thing, is it?
Why do you not strike a blow against your oppressors? Ensure they can do this to no one else.
Because it sounds difficult?
Apathy is a weakness.
So is death. I'm just saying.
Often of bodily functions.
Not half as often as they happen.
But why this preoccupation? I have a mortal body, yet it provides me no such amusement.
You have a dead mortal body. Try a living one sometime, and then we'll talk.
Possess a living host? I would never.
Tough break. Enjoy the corpse love.
I believe you have a responsibility to your fellow mages.
That bit of self-righteousness is directed at me.
You have seen oppression and are now free. You must act to free those who remain oppressed.
Or I could mind my business in case the Chantry comes knocking.
But this is not right. You have an obligation.
Yes, well, welcome to the world, Spirit.
What?
What?
You were staring at me, you man-skirt-wearing freak.
Oh, I thought you were being attacked by a wild animal. It was only your beard.
You think you're so clever, don't you? Sparkle fingers.
Is it true the dwarves are dwindling? The Darkspawn always at the gates of Orzammar, threatening to overwhelm you?
Yes, and yes. It's only a matter of time.
We elves are few in number, and every one of us is precious. But you isolate your casteless, forbid them from bearing weapons. And you saw what happened in Kal Hiral. My fireballs are bigger than yours.
It's not the size that counts, Velanna.
Did they tell you that in your circle? They were trying not to hurt your feelings.
The Circle lied to me? Andraste's sword! My world is falling apart! I have been unmanned!
Did I drop this?
Oh no. I nicked it from your belt. Old habits die hard, you know.
Stealing is wrong.
Only if you get caught. And need I remind you that I wasn't caught?
How is it different?
Excuse me? How is what different?
How is your death different from mine?
My death was symbolic. I entered the Legion and thus my old life ended. But I imagine death will catch up with me soon enough. Don't you worry.
I do not worry. I was simply curious.
You're the first elf I've ever known. Do you feel honored?
Why would I feel honored?
Your actions will influence my opinions of your race. Forever.
Oh, thank you. I needed more anxiety.
Glad to help.
This thing you did. The murders of those men in the forest.
What of it?
What you did was wrong. You must make amends.
And to whom should I make these amends? Those humans are dead, if you recall.
You must make amends to humans. It was your condemnation of their race that led to your folly.
I wouldn't expect that to occur anytime soon.
Why do you believe that atonement is unnecessary?
By the creators, this again!
You murdered humans because you believed they had wronged you. Yet they had not.
Humans have wronged my kind plenty.
Yet they were innocent of this.
Don't speak of what you do not understand, Spirit.
Die soon.
Won't we all?
I will not die. Not as you die.
Spirits such as yourself can be slain in this world. Maybe you can too.
That is a disturbing thought.
Glad to be of service. You're really, really grumpy.
You noticed.
I'm good at reading people.
Ah, so it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm terribly obvious about it.
Your ears are so pointy, like an animal. Did they make it easier for you to hear?
Are you saying my ears are big?
Not excessively so.
You think they're clownish, don't you?
You know, now that you mention it...
I knew it. Don't talk to me.
You are correct that I do not understand, Velanna. Help me understand.
There is so much history between my kind and humans, Justice. Where would I begin?
You can only be responsible for your actions. Your judgment. Does the same not apply to them?
You may be right. I don't know.
And the atonement?
I will atone when they do. Why are you so loyal to your Legion of the Dead and to Orzammar? Don't they hate you?
They do. I'm castless, so I'm worthless to them.
And yet you'll give your life away to prove what?
That I'm more than I say I am?
You don't owe them anything. You don't need to prove your worth to them.
Maybe I need to prove it to myself.
What sort of atonement would be appropriate?
You have reconsidered then?
I am simply curious to hear what you think would be suitable.
Teach them. Show these humans what they are so carelessly destroying.
And if they do not listen?
Then you have done what you could.
It's worth thinking about. I should hate her, but I don't. I can respect a woman who fights for freedom and justice.
But I thought you hated humans.
I can look past petty hatred when I have reason to. She freed the elven slaves. Funny, isn't it? Andraste fought a tyrannical empire, only to have her followers become one themselves.
I mean... it's very complicated what happened with Andraste. I mean, the Chantry can be... Chantry has its faults. I guess you have a point.
People with power never fail to abuse it, even those with good intentions.
You're a cynic? Can you never forgive humans?
I can never forgive, and I will never forget. But perhaps one day, I will be able to move forward. Just as we should move on now.
Oh, I got approval. Yay! Back down the cellar.
I have tied my dagger to my belt. Should you try to steal it again, the rope will remind you that stealing is wrong.
But, you just told me I can no longer steal it. Why would I even try? Anyway, here's your ring back.
Your skin is peeling.
I hadn't noticed.
Could I offer you a poultice? Something? Anything? The sight is quite distressing.
I apologize, and I thank you for your offer, but nothing can be done. Christoph's body is dead.
I shan't hope for the smell to improve then.
No, you probably shouldn't.
What happened to you once Christoph's body has fully decayed?
I do not know. Perhaps I will be drawn back to the Fade.
Or remain here, bound to the tiny motes of dust that once were Christoph.
Do you think that's possible?
I know less about this than you. How securely is your spirit bound to this body? Can you leave it?
I could, if I chose to.
Do you want to leave it?
I do not know anymore.
What's it take to get that cold heart beating for Ogren?
Not this again.
Come on, don't tell me you wouldn't like to feel hot blood pumping through those dead Legionnaire veins.
Ogren, I don't want to have anything to do with you or the words hot and pumping.
Oh, I'll get through to you, lady. Sigrun will just keep ramming up against that armor of yours.
Go away. Please. You're embarrassing.
That part of Orzammar, Dust Town it's called, is it really as I've heard?
I have no idea. What have you heard?
That it's like a really terrible slum, or an alienage.
Oh, no. I've seen an alienage. It was rather nice.
I'm beginning to feel very fortunate.
Isn't perspective wonderful? You'd think people who are so tall would have more of it.
You seem fascinated with Sir Pounce-a-Lot.
We don't have cats in Orzammar. Well, maybe some nobles have them if they buy them from a surface merchant.
Everyone needs a pet.
Do you do anything besides ponder what is just and unjust?
It is not all I do. It does, however, define my being.
So you were born just? A little self-righteous baby of justice crawling around the Fade?
Seems you actually like this world.
I do. I've had experiences I cannot even begin to explain.
A pity that you'll soon fall apart.
I could find and inhabit another corpse. A female body might offer a different perspective, wouldn't you think?
If I die in your presence, you stay away from my body. You hear me?
Your objection is noted.
So you not only gave up on killing the Grey Warden who murdered your father, you actually joined the Order.
Are you trying to pick a fight, Velanna? Baiting me like this is juvenile.
I just wanted to know how you felt.
How do you feel knowing you murdered all those people because you were too arrogant to check your facts?
Warm and fuzzy.
You're a terrible person. And your ears are clownish.
What? Who's juvenile now?
You need to switch bodies, Justice.
I did not wish to possess this body. Why would I switch to another?
You might need to. Unless you wish to look even more obviously like a corpse.
I would prefer not to think of it. This thing you spoke of, switching bodies.
Not a favorite topic of yours, I take it.
Would such a thing be permitted? Would it not be considered abominable?
If they're dead, it's not as if they need the body, Justice.
But I can still feel the man who once lived. I know his life, his... It is not just a body.
That's good, isn't it? I'd rather you felt that way.
Perhaps you are right.
You believe that your ancestors used to be immortal.
I don't believe it. It's true.
How do you know?
Why would the Elders lie?
Why, indeed.
So you don't believe the elves were immortal?
When did I say that?
You asked me if I believed that my ancestors were once immortal.
And where in that question was it implied that I believed otherwise?
Then you do believe that the elves were immortal?
I didn't say that either.
You are exasperating.
So you have a sister as well? A younger sister?
That is no secret. I've mentioned her several times now.
For the longest time, I thought my sister was dead. When we were children, she put beetles in my blankets. She would laugh to hear me shriek.
Serani liked to put sap in my hair. She also pushed me into an icy river. Twice.
Ouch! What if you found a living body to possess?
Even if I knew how, I would not possess the living. Such is an act for demons.
What if the person were willing?
Why would a mortal ever allow such a thing?
For life, for love. Perhaps together you could do what they cannot do alone. If you gave instead of taking, I would consider you no demon.
It is something to consider. Thank you, Nathaniel.
I misjudged you a little.
Just a little.
I sometimes paint all humans with the same brush.
As long as it's such a pretty brush. I don't mind.
I'm sure I don't know what that means.
It means your apology is appreciated, my lady.
Well, then, good.
Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Awakening. Last time, it looks like we were nearing the end of the game, so I wanted to go ahead and get Party Banter out of the way, and I realized, as with Velanna talking about the statue over here, that there are certain points in the game where we can talk to our companions. So I want to get those in as well. Point of note, if I had taken Algren into the Fade, I actually could have talked to him about the floating boats that I saw, which would have been awesome, but missed opportunity. Anyway, we're going to move onward.
Curious. This man I inhabit once worshipped this woman, her and the one they call the Maker. Do you believe in this Maker as he did?
I don't know.
In the Fade, some spirits believe a creator gave us life and separated us from this world. But do they believe that only because they see the Maker in the dreams of mortals? So much of the Fade is created by spirits, desperate to emulate your kind.
All of these. I'm surprised that spirits even. Well, wouldn't the I'm surprised you think about it.
Many do not care. Demons live in the moment, but those of us who seek something greater, we wonder. Here, you can be certain that what is has always been. Is that not comforting?
No, that's not entirely true. The world changes all the time.
Events occur, but they occur within context. You take the structure of your world for granted. Faith requires structure and belief. In the Fade, we have neither. I see why the demons are so eager to pass through the veil. It is something to consider.
As you wish. This is a beautiful tree. I did not expect to find one strong and thriving in a Shemlin town.
Why can't humans be gardeners? Nature finds a way.
Nature does indeed. You may not recognize, but this is a Dal Amithal, the tree of Mythal. Our keeper's staves are cut from its like. Our keeper, Ilshe, had a staff cut for me, for when I would take on her role.
I don't like any of these. You were never given your staff? Yeah, so you were never given your staff.
Clearly not. And besides, why do you care?
I'm just asking.
Enough of this. I wish to move on.
Now I have upset you. Well, I got 2 approval.
It's a Dalish, Nella. Come see.
Oh
She's
boy.
very stern, isn't she? What's she doing here, do you think?
I'm right here, you slack-jawed oafs. At least have the courtesy to speak when I pass by.
Oh, we're sorry, great lady. We didn't mean to offend.
Oh gosh. These are your people? She's not gonna like that. I apologize on her half. She was rude. She's not gonna like that. You should choose your words more carefully. I mean, yeah, you should have, but, frick. These are your people?
Why? Because they have pointed ears and a delicate bone structure? How are these my people? Look at how they cower. They're like frightened animals. The sight of them sickens me.
You're doing the exact same thing they just did to you. You cowered because you yelled at them. You don't have any redeeming features, do you? Let's leave before you start something. I mean, yeah, none of these are good.
What would you have me do? Encourage their cringing ways? Who will stand up for them or respect them if they allow themselves to be terrified by passers-by?
You think cruelty will fix it? They've had a hard life. You're You're a particularly scary passersby. You think cruelty fixes this?
If it will spur them to action, yes. You two. A Dalish amulet carved from the heart of a tree as old as this world. Remember who you are.
Oh. Oh, disapproves. You know what? That was cool. You get, see, I didn't choose things that she wanted. But still, I'm proud of you anyway.
Death. We spirits know no more of it than you do. What lies beyond is obscured, even to us. Can you tell me who these people were? They are unlike the others I have seen.
These were the Dalish.
The body I inhabit was familiar with that name. My memories say the Dalish were cast out, unwelcome in almost every land. Why is that?
Velanna could well, because the humans hate the elves.
How odd that mortals find so many differences to hate, when you have so very much in common. To one such as I, it is difficult to tell you apart. Are these similarities not worth rejoicing in?
I would agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It is silly.
And yet, it happens anyhow. But then, I do not even understand demons. My entire existence is spent seeking out wrongs to right.
That can't be all there is to you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Perhaps you are right. But what else am I if I'm not a seeker of justice?
That's fine.
Enough. I wish to look at this no more.
Justice approves +3. Oh geez, now what?
Enemies
Let us
approaching.
be wary.
What?
This should be enough. On it. Let's get started. Nice. This should be Let's get started.
Okay. That was weird. Crow assassins and Canary mercenaries. Okay. That's still odd to me, but okay. How do I get out of here?
This is a chest of belongings once owned by the man whose body I now inhabit. His essence lingers upon these objects like dust.
Leave those alone. That's a little creepy. You can feel it?
I can even hear it whispering his name into the ether. In the Fade, nothing outlives the spirit that created it. Here, everything does. This world has fingerprints on top of fingerprints. Witness to beings long dead.
That's kind of cool. Can you tell anything from these fingerprints?
How does one describe a sensation? I have no words for it. The man who owned these things was a Grey Warden like yourself, yes? We intend to avenge him?
The Darkspawn who killed him is dead. That's my hope. Do you want vengeance?
He was wronged. I inhabit his body. I have an obligation.
Well, the Darkspawn who killed him is dead.
and yet it had masters that set it to the task. They are not dead, surely.
Well, if we can avenge him, we will. Though when does the chain end? But if we can avenge him, we will.
Good. These Darkspawn are a cancer within the heart of this world. But there is nothing that can be done just yet, is there? A world so full of beauty that beauty goes overlooked. I must see it with different eyes.
Cool.
Being within this body, looking through its eyes, is so very strange.
Okay, I think we've done...
No rest for the wicked,
Let's get moving.
So apparently, both Velanna and Sigrun have personal quests that I have never gotten to trigger, and that is because they are both bugged. And I only just now discovered them when I was looking up conversation points in the game to talk to them. It was on their approval page in the wiki. Velanna's is called Velanna's Exile, and Sigrun's is Sigrun's Roguish Past. I'm not going to be able to get those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put links in the description for where you can view those if you are interested in them. And we're going to go ahead and end this episode. Next time, we're going to talk to these nobles. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, social media links in the description, and thanks for watching.